facility out in New
Yeah.
Hampshire in the United States. This is absolutely insane. You need to see this. I cut it down, made it real short. You need to see this. And the second thing is, please share this with anybody that you know that was in state custody, in a foster home, or in any state-ran facility. I want your story. Send it to us. We will get it out. We will make it go viral. Get us your stories. We need to expose
I
everybody.
need to
Mention
get my
names,
Robert
mention
to get
locations.
his stuff
Out these
out
people.
so
Out
he
these
can help
people.
me
Even
sell
if you've
my
been
books.
molested by somebody and it wasn't state-ran facility, make a video, send it to us. We want this stuff out there. We need the awareness to be spread about this. Check out this quick 10-minute video about what this guy went through. It's absolutely so sad, and it runs so deep, the corruption. If you need to watch the whole video, the link's right here. I'll put the link in here again. The corruption runs so deep, it actually ties into a lot of the politicians in New Hampshire. This guy obviously was into drugs for a long time because no one would listen to him. It's absolutely so
Surprise.
sad. The only thing we can do to make a difference is share this video. If you've ever been through anything like this, please get your story out, record a video, look in the camera, confront your accusers, get it out there. We will
Oh,
make it go viral
Robert.
to the best of our ability. We have a pretty good following. Use us to get your story out there and to expose people, more people that they've hurt. Hopefully will start coming out. Let's make this a thing. Expose your predator. Check out this video.
So, when I was about 13 years old, I was in foster care from 6 months old to 13, and the state put me into a foster home, which was Mario and Kathy Coronado. And when I was there, they were very violent. They would seclude me from their family. I was about still 13. I went to Spalding Cottage, and at Spalding Cottage, they used to make us fight each other naked. The staff, they'd get us together, and you'd walk into Spalding Cottage, you'd walk downstairs, to the right was the kitchen, to the left was like the living room, the showers, and then past the showers there was like a closet that was kind of like the size of this room, and they would make us go in every night, and they would get us naked, and they would watch us fight each other naked. The staff would, they would videotape it. So that was going on there.
Yeah.
If we refused to do it, they would bring us in the locker room, they'd lock us down 24 hours with
Oh,
no food, no water, no drinks, nothing.
or
They would
string.
take us from
Of course,
the school,
you
they'd
gotta
bring us
drink
to
your
the cottage,
tears.
go into a room, they'd cuff us to
Because
the
you're
bed,
crazy.
and we would stay there for about the
Drink
rest
your
of the
own
day.
tears.
At the age of 14, I was at Stark House. At Stark House, Stan Watson was a third shift worker. He'd come in from 11 to 7 in the morning. There's a closet, and he brought me in there, and he said, okay, so this is what's going to happen. He goes, you're going to get strict. You're going to take all your clothes off. He goes, and nothing's going to be said here, because if anything's said, you're going to go to King Cottage, and you're not going to have the privilege of being here. It was like the best place to be. Stark House was like off property. You weren't locked down. It was like a privilege to be there. And he says, and if you cooperate and do what I say, you'll get gifts. I'll bring you in subs, I'll do this and that and that. And I said, okay. So I get naked. And he's like, now I want you to do me a favor and I want you to perform oral sex on me. He goes, and if you don't, like I told you, and he takes the handcuffs off. He said, they wear handcuffs. But I'm going to cuff you up and I'm going to bring you to King Cottage. So I'm like, okay. So I cooperated. So I would do that. Every night he would come in and he would have me do fellatio. One night he comes in, he says, now I'm gonna have anal sex with you. And I said, no, I can't do that. He goes, no, you're gonna do it. He took a sheet and he wrapped it around my mouth and he like tied it so I couldn't scream. He bent me forward and he inserted himself in me. And he did that for like 45 minutes. And I was bleeding. I tried asking for medical help and he said, no, there's no medical help. He grabbed a tampon and he said, take this and put it in your anal. And
Oh
then I'll
my
check on you.
god.
I couldn't sleep. I was like shaking
Ugh.
so bad. And this
How
went on for
awful.
a year straight. A year straight, and this went on. I went to Joe Peters, Mr. Peace, I mean, Mr. Peace, I don't know his first name, but he was like the unit manager. And I went into his office and I said, I have an issue. He goes, what's the issue? I said, I'm being raped. He said, that doesn't happen in my building. He goes, if you say that, I'm going to put you in King Cottage for lying. Do you want to leave this place? I said, no. I said, I'm being raped though. He goes, where's the proof? I said, call medical. He goes, I'm not going to call medical. He goes, I'm going to talk to Stan. That's who you're saying did it, correct? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, I will inquire into this. So I said, all right, cool. We can inquire. That night, Stan comes in after I reported to him, and he beat me. Like, he beat the shit out of me, and then he forcibly raped me. And he goes, how did that work for you? He goes, that complaint was unfounded. You do it again, this will be worse. So this kept happening and happening. So I got to the point where I submitted to him so that I didn't get raped, so that it was like less painful in my mind. And he started like
And
bringing me in.
Robert says that you get to a point where you like it in your mind. Because
it's went on for a year straight.
that's what they do to you. They groom you. They bend you.
He was the only staff member that worked at night at Stark House. During the day they had 3, at night they only had 1. So he's like, well, this is what's going to happen. I said, what? He goes, I'm going to take you into my house. You're going to leave my job and I'm going to get it so that you're going to come with me. I said, no, I don't want to. So he contacted my case manager, my caseworker, Evelyn Blaze, who worked at that time for State of New Hampshire DCYF, and said, look, I'm going to take him. I'm going to leave my position. I'm going to take him. Is that okay with you? She said, well, you have to be certified to be a foster parent. But because you work for the State of New Hampshire, I'll overlook that, and I'll allow you to take him. And she comes to me later on that day, and she says, okay, so this is the plan. You're going to transition from Stark House, and Stan's going to take you to his house as a foster parent. I said, no, he's raping me. He's molesting me. She goes, what are you talking about? There's nothing here that says that this happened. There's a couple complaints that you made that Mr. Peace looked into, and they were unfounded. So we're not believing this story. You're just trying to be defiant. If you want to be defiant, then you're going to go to King Cottage. You're going to have a stay order where that means you're not going to leave. You're going to be stuck there. Or you can go with him. Your choice. I said, well, you guys are forcing me to go here. And they're like, no, we're not forcing you. This is the best choice for you. This is the safest thing. We're trying to transition you back into society. You're not going to be living here all your life. So I went. So I went into his house, and he got it where
Men are so
I went
gross.
wherever he went. So I was 16 years old when I went into his house. He got me a job with him at Hesser College, cleaning 3rd shift. I couldn't go anywhere without him right next to me, so that I couldn't say anything to anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't go to the store without him, I couldn't go anywhere. So I went to start working with him at Hesser College. Every night he'd get drunk, he'd have me drink beer with him, naturally, and then he would rape me. He liked raping me. He would set up a tripod like this and videotape it. It got so bad where I was at Humber Academy, I went to Humber Academy for school, and I actually reported it to the research officer, Kevin Smith was his name, I believe, Officer Smith, and I reported it to him. Well, he went to his sergeant went to Stan, talked to Stan about it. They found it unfounded, they didn't believe it, because he brought up the fact that I made this allegation at YDC, it was unfounded. Evelyn Blaze backed him up, saying, no, he has a problem lying, this never happened. So no one believed me. So I got to the point where I got together with a couple of kids from school, and I said, listen, we're going to go to the house, we know where the guns are, we're going to rob the house, and I'm not putting a gun point, maybe that'll work so I can get out of here. So I went to the house, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I knew he was going to be back by 7:30 from Hesser College, because when I was at school I couldn't go work with him at Hesser College, but he continued working. So when he got home, I put a shotgun to his head, and I threatened to kill him. We took off with the gun, we took off with his truck. He called 911. We got chased, a cop called my phone, that's what it was. Officer Mulligan called my phone and said, what is going on? I said, I'm doing this because I've been being raped, I've been being molested. I said, I'm reaching out for help, I'm crying out for help. He goes, where are you right now? I said, I'm at Epsom Traffic Circle. I took off on Route, we lived on Route 3 or Route 4, where that is, where Allenstown and Greenwich State Park. I think it's Route 4 or something like that. We lived on 16 Plymouth Road. So I took off heading towards Epsom. And he goes, go to the nearest store at the Epsom Traffic Circle and wait for me. I said, alright. So I go there, and I'm waiting. An Epsom cop pulls up. I had like this big chain on trying to look all cool, you know, things like that. So the cop comes in, he notices me, he notices the truck. He grabs me, throws me on the ground because he knows that there's a gun involved. He cuffs me up there like that. The Amazon cop pulls into the Epsom gas station where I'm at. He takes me, puts me in the car. He drives me back. He goes, "What's going on the way back?" I said, "I did it because you keep raping me and molesting me." I said, no one listens, no one cares. I said, I don't care at this point. So I figured if I broke the law, I'd get arrested and they'll get away from me and go to jail. He goes, "Well, you are getting arrested." He goes, "You had a stolen firearm and breaking and enter. And the other two that you're with, they're getting arrested too." So he drives me to the police department. I'm in the police department for like 45 minutes. Stan and his dad, who was chief of police in Merrimack County, Merrimack, he comes in and they look at me, give me like a disgusting look. They walk into Captain Montplaisir's office, shuts the door. They're in there for like about 45 minutes. And I remember his dad comes out and he walks over and he looks at the cop and says, "Uncuff him." And he uncuffs me. I'm like, "This is weird. He's not even having a cop in this city, in this town, and he's ordering the cop to uncuff me. That's what I'm in for now." So they uncuff me, and Captain Montplaisir comes out and goes, "This is your lucky day." He goes, "You're going to be going home, but these two are going to jail." He looks at the other cops and says, "Fuck them too. He's going home." So I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So I walk out, and we get into his dad's truck, and his dad gets in. He gets in, shuts the door. They're pulling him away. It's quiet for the first 3 minutes. Stan doesn't say anything. His dad turns, looks at me, and says, "You're going to keep your mouth shut. This never happened. You're not going to get charged." He goes, "But if you ever say anything about what my son's doing to you, no one's going to believe you, and I'm going to make sure you don't see the light of day. Do you understand me?" I said, "Yeah, I guess I understand." So we're back to the house. His dad drops him off.
What a piece of shit.
I get stuck there that night, sitting on the couch. He's out talking to his dad on the porch, I remember that. And then I hear him come in, shut the door. He waits for his dad to pull off. He's like, go down a long dirt road. He turns around and he goes, "So you like stealing guns and stuff and putting guns in my face, huh?" So he goes in the bedroom, he grabs a shotgun that I didn't touch. He takes the shotgun, takes the butt of the shotgun, hits me in the face with it. I'm like seeing stars now. And then he takes the gun, he puts it in my mouth. He goes, "How do you like it? How do you like that feeling?" I said, "I don't like it at all." He goes, "Well, you're gonna fucking submit to me tonight." And then like he put me in a chokehold, and then like almost had me passing out. I almost shit my pants. Threw me on the ground, ripped my clothes off. He pushed me like to the floor, and then like pulled my pants down, and just inserted himself so hard into me. It hurt so bad. And he did that for like 45 minutes straight. And I was just like crying for help, and I couldn't get any help. And like, I remember running out of the house with my pants off, and I ran to the neighbor's house, and I banged on their door, and they answered it, and they're like, "What is going on?" And I was butt naked, bleeding, and she took me into the house, and she said, "We need to call the police." And her husband said, "No, we're not getting involved with this." He called Stan up, told him I was there. Stan came and grabbed me, and he brought me back to the house, and nothing happened.
Everybody was just in on this.
Everybody was in on it, and it was like a tight cult, and they all covered for each other. They hired pedophiles, and they worked for the states, and they thought they were untouchable.
That's just
how
so
many
gross.
have been charged?
How many people are doing this?
I
That's
thought
it.
It's like
it's like in
the
news,
numbers
it's
are
like 150.
ridiculously high.
Well, there was 150 implicated, but only 11 arrested and charged.
11 just because they were directly, they're not charging the people that were covering it up.
Correct.
And they don't let,
So if it's there's such
they
a
don't
since
charge
1900,
people
why would the
down
state
the
cover
road
it? Why would they state? Yeah, why would the state cover
where
it?
it really fucks you up.
They allowed that to happen, and now that it comes forward,
And then you have
they
kids.
made a special
Fuck
unit,
them up.
investigation unit with the state police.
Don't realize it. You just don't try not to do what you did to them.
Governor Sununu
Or what
and
was
chiefs
done to
of
you.
police are calling on state reps to restore funding to the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force in next year's proposed budget.
There shouldn't even, that should just be like 20% of all revenue should be fighting that crime.
Have been supplemented by state forensic shield grants. Governor Sununu says $500,000 that he had committed for the task force was cut from his current proposed budget.
The number of cyber tips
It's time to
received in
cut
Hampton is
SWAT
all-time high, and it appears that number will only
in
continue to
places that don't
increase
need it.
due to the pervasive use of cell phones and social media by children and adults.
I get pretty fired up about this.
Pepper bullets, pepper bullets, pepper bullets. I can't say enough about pepper bullets. Oh look, I never have to hear about another dead kid again because cops are only allowed to use pepper bullets and live ammo is illegal. Look at that. Look at how hard that is for all those assholes to keep their Second Amendment right to bear arms and whatever arms they fucking want to with pepper fucking bullets.
Charge them, you know what I mean? But
How
what about
how can it get through the head?
doesn't happen? While I was there, they told
Maybe
me
it didn't happen. Maybe.
we're just having you here so that you're safe until we can get a foster home for you to go to. Well, that
See, this happened to my honey
they
bunny.
came and asked
He doesn't want to talk about it yet.
me. They basically forgot about me.
We're gonna work on that though.
Forgot.
We're working on it.